What does Ariel from The Little Mermaid, Luffy from One Piece, and Jeff from Community all have in common? A goal. They have something that they're striving for constantly because they want to succeed in that specific thing. But when it comes to achieving a goal, you gotta plan. And that's what we're gonna be talking about today, how to plan for the future. Let's go. Sup peeps, my name is Kirby, but you guys can call me Kirbz, and this is Kickback with Kirbz. Today we're going to be talking about how to plan for the future because that's pretty important. Technically, we look in the future because like our eyes pick up light a little later than things such as like stars very far away, but we're going to be talking about for the future such as short-term and long-term planning in the 5 main things that you have to do to actually get a goal together and be able to achieve it. So without further ado, let's start. So, the 5 things that are going to help you be able to plan out your goals so that you can achieve them in the future are going to be the steps that are introduced to this thing called SMART goals. I've heard about it a lot through my college classes and through books, so this might be a refresher to some, but new to others. So let us begin with S. S stands for specific. So your goal that you have in mind has to be specific. You can't just be like, I want to be ruler of the whole world. Okay, cool, you can do that, but like how, when, why, who do you need to like help you with this? Like you have to break it down so you know exactly what you want. Be a little more specific and be like, I want to be the ruler of the world for my college campus. It could be a position, you can make it turn into a club. Boom, bada bing, bow. What I'm trying to say is you can't just say something very general, you have to be specific. This can also be related to weight loss. If you say you want to lose weight or have the ideal body, what type of ideal body is it you? Is it your body when you know you just got out of college or high school, or is it something that you've seen other people have and you want to try it, like slim, thick, you know, hourglass? What are you going for? Also, real quick, I'd like to invite you all to write down a specific goal that you have in mind that you want to achieve down in the comment section so that your fellow peeps can make sure that you obtain it in the near future. And moving on from S, we go to M. M standing for measurable. How are you going to measure your goal? Now, when it comes to losing weight, it's actually kind of easy to measure because it's just, the amount of weight that you're losing at a specific time. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds in the next 40 days, that's actually not a really good time frame, but you understand what I'm trying to say. You would break it down so that it makes sure you lose a certain amount of weight throughout the weeks so that you can properly achieve that goal. In terms of, getting good grades, how is that measurable? If you want to get straight A's, you can start measuring that up by seeing what you get on certain assignments or projects, presentations. If your goal is to become the manager of your location, slowly building up that portfolio, getting those recommendations from your other coworkers, that's more measurable. Like how many recommendations you need, how many hours you work so you can like reach that max or whatever. That's how you would measure it. In the Little Mermaid's case, her goal was to be where the people are. Please don't roast me, my singing is like eh. But anyway, she was able to measure her goal by actually being able to go on land and walk. So that's pretty measurable. It was very specific in the sense too, because it stated that she wanted to be above water on land. So boom, measurable, she got it. Moving on to A. A stands for attainable. So if you make a goal, make sure it's something that you can actually do. For example, the ruler of the world thing could be cool, but like let's say that you just don't have enough time to actually do it, or you have no way of specifically measuring it. You got no real way of being able to reach it. In Luffy from One Piece case, his goal was obtainable. He had special powers from the magical devil fruits. If you've ever seen the show, I'm not gonna like spoil it, I'm just saying like the stuff everyone knows. But he has magical powers. He's able to measure his success by, the bounty that's getting put on his head, because that means he's getting somewhere. He's actually becoming a more reputable pirate. And attainable, yes, he just has to try hard, go in the Grand Line, fight a ton of people. Easy stuff. But there is still a way for him to attain it. So look into that. Next, we have relevant. Is your goal relevant for you? So if you are a photography major, does it make sense to have a goal to be the front runner for a industry of flying cars? Not exactly. That has nothing to do with your actual goal or your career in life. So make sure it's relevant. So for example, one of my goals is I am a entrepreneur. I actually have my own business. I have a nonprofit, Kirby's Year Round Project. I'll leave a link to that in the description. But my relevant goal right now is setting up my toy drive, because we do a toy drive every year. So is it relevant for my business? Yes, because I give back to underserved children in local communities, and it makes sense for me. And the sense for Jeff from Community, is his goal relevant? Yes, because he was a former lawyer who actually did not have his actual degree, and in Community he is trying to go through community college so he can get his degree so that he can become a lawyer again. So it is relevant to his profession, so make sure whatever you're doing, it's relevant to you. And lastly, the T for these SMART goals are going to be time bound. You can say that you want to do all this, this, and that, but if you don't have a timestamp to make yourself accountable for it, then what's the point, you know? You have to have what is mentioned in the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Steve R. Covey. Yeah, you need to have the beginning with the end in mind. You need to know exactly where you want to see yourself in a certain amount of time. For example, if you remember in high school, they might have had you do like the thing where it's like, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? That's a time-bound thing. And from there, you're able to break down everything else. If you know how much time you're giving to something, your specific goal, then you know how you can measure it within that time frame. Also, if it's attainable in that specific time frame, and if it is relevant for you. So if you're in college, you want to be a business entrepreneur that is relevant to what you want to do in the future, but do you have the time to do it? Are you taking 26 credits, which is a lot, but hopefully you're not, a ton of credits? Will you have time? Will you have like time to rest? Because the most important person is you. When you're making these goals, make sure you have time to focus on yourself and develop yourself so you don't burn out, because that's not pretty and it's not fun. So make sure you actually have time to do all these lovely things that you want to do. So before we end the official video, I would like to challenge you all to do this thing called a vision board. Now, I'm not going to go too deep in it because I kind of want to make a video about it more later and also touch more on auto suggestion, but making a vision board is actually a cool hack to start introducing to your mind the things that you want to achieve. So if you want a car or a specific house, or if you want like a specific outfit, you know, if you want to like make yourself an accessory and all that, you put this on your vision board to remind you every day this is what you're striving for. A great place to make a vision board is Pinterest. Pinterest is very cool. You know, you can pin stuff, you can have specific folders, so you can be like, okay, house ideas, boom. Clothes idea, boom. Scrapbooking if you like to scrapbook ideas, boom, it's all right there for you. So I recommend you start trying to put a vision board together using your good old friend Pinterest. All right, my dudes, that's all we have for today's video. I hope you enjoy. I hope you start writing down some of your goals, and we'll start using the SMART goal technique. S for specific, let's go here. S for specific, M for measurable, A for obtainable, R for relevant, and T for time bound to start achieving things that you want to in your lovely lives. If you like this video and like to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you think I did a good job, give me a thumbs up so I know how I'm doing. But until next time, adios for now.